Alright guys, welcome back. Time for the NFL Week 11 picks against the spread. This week going to do things a little bit different on the video. I am not going to go over every single pick on video, but I will list all of my picks in the description section, which is underneath the video. Last week, just to recap, finished 8-6, thanks to my Kansas City pick on Monday night. 8-6, decent, not great. Going to try and improve on that this week. The parlay I put below last week got burned on the first game, which was Thursday night. I took Jacksonville over the Colts, and obviously that was a complete disaster. Won't be picking Jacksonville again for a while. Before we get into the video, kind of want to recap and touch on something. A couple games last week that kind of really annoyed me, and probably a lot of you out there as well. First was the Patriot game. For some reason, and I can't figure out why, this team just loves to blow leads when they're up by 14, 17, even 20. It's almost like they want to not cover the spread. They play real well, defense on point, score a lot of points, and then they get up, they relax, they start giving away big plays, and next thing you know, spread doesn't even get covered. It's happened multiple times to the Patriots this season. It's really starting to annoy me. It's a team I got to stay away from when they're laying more than 7 points. Second, the Jets. Where do I start with this team? Excuse my French, but the Jets are a fucking waste. This team gets me so pissed off. I know TR and a couple of other people had them last week. You watch that game. It's 7-7. They're driving all the way downfield. They got Tebow in on a 3rd and 1. And he's ready to go. Get ready to snap the ball. He's probably going to run it in for a touchdown. And they get an offensive penalty. False start. So now it's 3rd and 5. What do they decide to do? Oh, let's put Sanchez back in. Because Tebow can't get an extra 5 yards. Sanchez comes in. Interception in the back of the end zone. It's really a disgrace. They can't make up their minds who they want in quarterback. They keep switching these guys back and forth. Tebow, who I actually think is better than Sanchez and would do better than Sanchez, doesn't get a fair shot. Every pass that he throws, the receivers drop even when the pass is on the money. This team is just really, really annoying me. I'm going to kind of stay away from them. This week looks like another trap with them as well, going to St. Louis, only that 3-point spread. But, this guy, the team's just ridiculous. Rex Ryan, he's regarded as this great coach. The great Rex Ryan. What did he do? Big deal. He got to the AFC Championship game 2 years in a row on a basically team that was really defensive, that didn't even score a lot of points that whole season or those whole 2 seasons. Let this guy win a ring, and then he'll be a great coach. He's just, Rex Ryan is Rex Ryan. He's a big mouth. He doesn't show anything for it. This guy, if I was the manager, he'd be out. I'd have somebody else in. He talks all this crap, and the team consistently gets pounded every week. It's just terrible. Mark Sanchez, let's not even talk about him. This guy, number one, he should be quarterbacking or doing like quarterback coach for a high school team, because he definitely can't be playing in the NFL. He's scared to get hit. He doesn't run when he's got room. He throws like a girl. It's completely ridiculous. That whole team just gets me so mad. Anyway, enough about the terrible Jets. We'll see them get their ass kicked this week against St. Louis. Let's start off. Let's go right to Thursday night's pick. We have Miami at Buffalo. Right now, Buffalo -2 favorite. I kind of thought that line would be like that. I thought it would be -2, -3. Miami obviously got smoked last week by Tennessee. Tennessee is a team that I had in my last week's pick as well. And Buffalo played that, poor game in the beginning versus New England, and then all of a sudden came back, so the game looked kind of good. But, if you go to the stats on this game, Miami is very good on the road. Right now, they're 5-0 against the spread when they're a road dog of 3 points or less. So if they're getting 3 or less points on the road, they are 5-0 against the spread right now. I kind of throw out that game at Tennessee. One of the reasons last week why I picked against Miami was because I assumed they would be looking forward to this game. That Tennessee game really didn't mean anything. They want to get this division win versus Buffalo. This way they can try and stay alive for the playoffs. So I'm going to kind of throw that game out, and I'm going to take Miami +2 here to go into Buffalo and get a win on the road. Probably going to be a close game, but I'll take +2 on Miami. The next game that I want to talk about is the Tampa Bay versus Carolina. This game's kind of a little bit tricky. I could see some people picking Carolina in this game. Right now, Tampa Bay's -1.5. When you look at that spread, you're saying, why is it 1.5? At least I'm saying, why is it 1.5? I assume Tampa Bay -3, -4. 1.5 is very low. Carolina is not very good against the spread. They're 1-9 versus teams with a winning record against the spread. And also, if you go back to week 1 of this season, Tampa Bay already beat Carolina 16-10. So they already beat them by 6, and Tampa Bay wasn't even playing good then. Now they're playing really good. So I'm going to take Tampa Bay -1.5. Not sure why that spread's so low, but I'm not going to fight it. Let's just take the 1.5. The next game let's talk about is Houston Texans and Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville's going to Houston. Houston is -15.5 points right now. Yeah, that's not a mistake. -15.5. This is looking like a college game. Jacksonville, you're terrible. I could care less. Be honest with you, I'm taking Houston in this game. I'm laying 15.5. I don't even care. If it was -24, I'd lay it anyway. If Houston plays this game like they've been playing, Jacksonville is going to lose, 34-6, something like that. Jacksonville, they have no offense. They can't run the ball. They can't pass the ball. They have no defense. And what are they going to do going to Houston? Houston comes off a big win against Chicago last week, kind of a tough game, but this should be an easy rebound game. The only reason Houston wouldn't cover this game is if they get up 21-7. They get up by 14 and it's late in the fourth, they'll just start running the clock out. But if they get up by 24, 25, they're going to cover this spread all day long. So I'm going to lay the 15.5, no problem. The next game, let's go with the Indianapolis Colts versus the New England Patriots. Patriots obviously won last week. Not a pretty win, but they got it done. Didn't cover their spread, which actually was 10.5, I believe, last week. Closed at 14. They took a ton of money, still didn't cover. Indianapolis comes off of that big win against Jacksonville. Indianapolis is actually playing really good. That win against Jacksonville doesn't mean much because Jacksonville, couldn't even beat some high school football teams. But, a win is a win. They played well. I do like the Colts in this game. They've basically had 10 days to prepare because they haven't played since Thursday night. They have a good number. They're 6-1 against the spread versus teams with the winning record in weeks 10 through 17, which is, late in the season. They have a good record. And, I just think that, again, New England, if for some reason they don't cover these big spreads, 7 points or more, they're not good. They're just, they get the win. They win by 4. They win by 6. But, the way Andrew Luck's playing, you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to take Indianapolis, take the +9, and let's hope New England can't hold a lead like normal. Let's go to San Diego versus Denver, playing in Denver. San Diego and Denver, what could I say? Denver's playing really well. San Diego is playing, normally like San Diego plays. They win some, they lose some, they're inconsistent, they play like monsters, they get killed. This team, you really never know what you're going to get with them. I'm going to take Denver in this game. I'm going to lay the -7.5 that they are the favorite. I'm going to take them at -7.5. Denver has a pretty good against the spread record. They're 5-1 against the spread after 2 or more wins. Actually, if you go back, Denver already beat San Diego this season 35-24. And if you remember that game, Denver was down 24-0. They had 2 fumbles inside their own 30-yard line. Peyton threw an interception. They gave the ball to San Diego like crazy. And once they stopped turning the ball over, they came back and just basically slaughtered San Diego. So, Peyton doesn't throw any interceptions, no fumbles. -7.5 should be no problem in this game. I'm going to take Denver -7.5. Okay, Baltimore at Pittsburgh. Right now, Baltimore -3 favorite. Obviously, Roethlisberger not going to play this week. What more do I need to say? Going to take Baltimore -3. Without Roethlisberger, it's hard for Pittsburgh to put up points. You obviously seen that as they played Kansas City. And so you can't really, you could take a stab and take the points and maybe say, oh, they'll keep it close. But when you got a quarterback who really can't put up, doesn't have a good arm like Roethlisberger, can't move as well as Roethlisberger, you got to take Baltimore in this game. Only laying a field goal, that's no problem. -3. And I guess that's about it right now. The other games, like I said, I'm going to list my other picks on the bottom of the video. But let's get right into my parlay for this week. This week's actually going to be a 5-team parlay. $100 bet wins you $22.91 even. The first game is Tampa Bay minus 1.5. Then I'm going to have Denver minus 7.5. I'm going to have Indianapolis plus 9. Miami plus 2. And Baltimore minus 3. And that's for the 5-team parlay. Last week I did the same kind of bet. 5-team parlay got burned on the first game, which was Thursday night. So if you want to take Miami out of this parlay and just drop it down to a 4-team parlay so you can drop out Thursday's game. If you do all the rest of the teams the same, so you do Tampa Bay minus 1.5, Denver minus 7.5, Indianapolis plus 9, and Baltimore minus 3. If you did that game, if you did that parlay, $100 would win you $11.52.43. So either way, I'll put both of those parlays in the bottom of the description section. But I'm going to go with the 5-team parlay. If I get burned on Thursday night again, then I'll throw in the 4-team parlay. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Anyway, good luck this week. All you guys out there, keep your picks going, and good luck.